Hey everyone, it's V. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about manifesting appearance changes using the law of assumption, also manifesting things away, and placebos. So let's get into the video. First things first, I actually want to talk about some of the things I didn't know I was manifesting, like my eye color change. I don't know if you can tell, I have the settings super low. Let me just see. If you can see, if you can look in my eyes, before my eyes, let me just switch that back down there. When I was younger, I had pure brown eyes. And then when I was a teenager, I kept saying, oh, I have hazel eyes, I have hazel eyes, I have hazel eyes, because I wanted hazel eyes. And then when I was about 20, I had started turning hazel eyes, but they're still golden. I actually have pictures. I was looking through my memories the other day. And now I have basically green, olive green eyes. Like people always tell me, oh, you have olive colored eyes, when before they were brown. And that was just something that I always wanted, like olive colored eyes. And just by affirming that throughout basically ever, just affirming that since like high school, I have green eyes, I have green eyes, they slowly changed because I was ignoring the how is that even possible? I was ignoring the when is it happening? And it just eventually happened. And some people will say, well, as you get older, your eye color will change. Oh yeah, when I'm like 23 years old, my eye color is randomly gonna change from brown to green. And it'll say, oh, well, if you're hazel eyes, your eye color changes. They were brown. And now they're like, and then it slowly changed to like a hazel, and now it's like hazel green. I'm not gonna insert pictures because for one, I'm just too lazy to go back. And number two, it doesn't really matter if you believe this or not, because why don't you try it out for yourself? The thing is that I did not even question it. That is how I think I manifested it, was because I didn't have a doubt in my mind. I kept saying like, and I believed it too. Like even though I saw brown eyes, like, no, they're green. They're green. And I kept telling my sister that. And in my pictures, in every single one of my other pictures, they are brown with no green. Brown, okay? So that's just something, it's just cool, okay? Maybe it's little to you, but to me, to actually see that change after like affirming that like randomly and not even, I didn't even try. I wasn't even like thinking that my eyes were gonna change. I was just saying that they were, and then they just changed. I don't know when. I just noticed recently, but I thought that was really cool. So that's what I wanted to share. Another one. Two of these are going to be more like feminine topics, so you can go ahead and skip if you want, because I'm going to be talking about my cup size and also my menstrual cycle. So I don't know if you want to hear about that, but to me and probably to other women, this is like crazy shit. And it's awesome to know that, well, we should already know if you're on my channel that we have assumptions and our assumptions create a reality. We should all friggin' know that by now. And our thoughts and what we affirm and Ask-firmations also create our reality. Ask-firmations are like, why is this happening? Why are my boobs so big? That is something I used. I was not, okay, so this is a recent thing. When I was younger, I had pretty big boobs and I wanted them smaller, and I kept saying, like, I kept lying to people, like, I have really small boobs. No. And eventually my boobs went away. And this year, I don't know what happened. I was not even into manifesting this at all. But one day I was just like, oh, my boobs look really big. And let's just say I'm like a small, before I was like maybe a small B cup. And like a couple months ago, like literally out of nowhere, I just felt like they were bigger. And then one day I was like, why are my boobs so big? Why are my boobs getting big? And I just kept saying that every day. And then I was watching something like from Sammy Ingram's channel about physical appearance changes and using Ask-firmations. Ask-firmations are exactly like that. Like, why is my stomach so tiny? Why is my waist so tiny? why is my face so round or so square, or something that you want, but you're using it like an asking question. And then it's like tricking your subconscious mind to like think that your mind is already seeing it, and therefore it just like happens because your thoughts create your reality. So if you keep questioning your subconscious mind why something is the way it is, it will show up like that. And I don't know, I just kind of did it as a joke. Like, why are my boobs getting so big after that? And then I just kept doing it every day. And I'm not joking, like 2 weeks later, I am not joking, like literally in 2 weeks, I was 2 cup sizes bigger. I am not joking, because my boyfriend was even like, what the fuck, Beta? Like, why are your boobs so big? He thought I was pregnant. I was not pregnant. I was not pregnant. My boobs grew 2 fucking cup sizes. I'm swearing, because I still can't believe this. And I did not gain weight because I track, well, I used to track my food. At this time I was tracking my food, and I basically, I train like a bodybuilder. I don't compete, but bodybuilding is like a sport I really enjoy. So I know I wasn't gaining weight, but all of a sudden my boobs were fucking huge and they wouldn't fit into my shirts. I'm not joking. At least 2 sizes, because normally I wear like little bandeaus. My boobs were not fitting anymore into this thing, and nothing else on my body was changing. Maybe I was growing muscle, yeah, because bodybuilding, but what the fuck? Normally, when you're bodybuilding, your boobs get smaller, which is what happened to me. But then I just tried out this little Ask-firmation thing, and I'm not joking, for the 3 months afterwards, until like maybe around June, they kept growing and growing and growing. And I was starting to freak out a little bit because they were getting heavy and really hurting. And I'm like, oh, then I started freaking out, like, am I pregnant? But that's impossible because I'm getting my period. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I remembered, holy shit, it's the Affirmations. It's the Affirmations. Be careful what you're saying, because it will happen. It comes true. I also know a girl, when I was younger, she did not have any boobs, but she would always wear a bra like 3 sizes bigger. 3 sizes bigger. And they were padded. And I had bigger boobs than this chick. And I'm not joking, like, she affirmed for bigger boobs, and she got huge boobs like a year later. And this wasn't just growing into them, because I had big boobs. This girl grew boobs way bigger than mine by wearing the cup size was way too big for her, but she just kept saying, I have big boobs, I have big boobs. And in my head, I'm like, this chick does not have boobs. She's just using padding. And I knew, because she was one of my friends. And then out of nowhere, she had these huge boobs after. And I thought about that, like, after affirming, like, why are my boobs so big? What the hell is going on? Law of assumption, baby. Law of assumption 101. Wow. So I just wanted to share that, because it's good to know. If you want bigger boobs, try it out. And also be careful what you're saying, because things happen. I just realized this was still up from when I showed you guys my eyes, but oh, another thing I want to say about my hair. I don't really want to affirm anything about my hair anymore, but my hair used to be so curly thick. Like, my hair was thick. My mom naturally has very thick curly hair, and every single time I went to the hairdresser when I was in high school, I asked her to thin it out for me, because like, my hair now, if you look, this is how thick it was. Probably 3 handfuls just for one side. Like, I'm not joking, my hair was freaking thick. Always I got my hairstylist to thin it out. And I would affirm, I wish my hair was thin. I wish my hair was thin. I wish my hair was thin. Now, like, I don't know, that was probably 5 years ago when I kept wishing that. Now, it is extremely... I'm not gonna affirm that, because I don't want that. I have beautiful thick hair. But literally, my hair changed because I kept affirming I wanted something. This also brings me to the next topic of me losing my period for a year. A year. And this actually, I did a lot of Googling on this, and I actually came across a Reddit page, and it was a bunch of girls talking about how they affirmed their period away. Or there was like a study done as well. I can't remember, because I looked this up like 2 years ago, before I was even into the law of assumption, but now I remember it. I was reading into, like, how is it possible for girls to literally use their mind to get rid of their period? And there was a group of women, and I can't remember the age range. This was a while ago when I was reading on Reddit. These girls, there was a group of girls that scientists were studying, and it was basically like the girls telling themselves, I never want to have children. I'm never going to have children. And they repeated this. And those girls, after a while, lost their periods like indefinitely until they started telling themselves, I want to have kids again. I want to have kids. It was incredible. It's an incredible study. It was on Reddit. And then there was like also a group of women talking about how they manifested their period away. And I was like, that's freaking weird. I don't even know how that's possible. But like later on, I ended up manifesting my period away for an entire year. And I didn't realize this until now, because I used to always say before I lost my period for a whole year, I never want kids. I hate having a period. I don't want my period. I don't want my period. And every time I got my period, I would lie and be like, no, I don't have my period. I hate it. I never want this. Like, completely ignore the fact that I'm a woman and it's healthy to have a period. But I would just always say, I don't want kids. Like, why would I even have a period if I don't want kids? This is my younger self, by the way. And one day, and this is before the fact I got into like, some people will be like, oh, well, you're talking about bodybuilding and dieting. Maybe this had to do with diet. This was before I did like bodybuilding, dieting, or anything like that. This literally happened out of the blue when I was younger and affirming that I don't ever want to have kids. Why am I getting a period if I'm never going to have kids? I don't want a period. Wouldn't it be wonderful if I never got a period again? That I said all the time. All the freaking time. And one day, well, 2 months go by and I'm like, holy shit, I haven't had a period. And then I'm like, that's nice. I don't have a period. That's so nice. I don't have a period. A year goes by. This is really weird. Why don't I have a period now? Then I started worrying, where's my period? Why don't I have a period? I went to the doctor, got blood tests. Everything is perfect. Perfectly fine on my blood tests. I'm super healthy. The only thing that's weird is I don't have a period. They tested my testosterone. They tested all of my female hormones. Everything says on paper that I get my period regularly. The doctor was even saying that, like, here, are you sure you're not getting it? Because it says, like, how the hormones say on paper, everything is perfect. So then that's when I went down the whole Reddit rabbit hole. Like, how is it possible to lose a period, but everything is okay on paper? And then I started reading about how women affirmed their period away, or girls that randomly lost their period after saying to themselves they don't want babies, or just using the power of the mind to stop the period. And then also coming on, I was reading on other pages that people were telling their period to come on this day and their period would come. And then I was like, in this time, like this is like 2 years ago, like, holy shit, I can control my period. I can tell it when to come. And this was before I even knew about the law of assumption. So that was cool. And then I started saying, maybe I do want kids. I would love to have my period back. I want to be healthy again. In my mind, it's healthy to have a period. This is what I was saying to myself. And then, I don't know, a couple months go by, I forgot about it, and I got my period like normal, like nothing ever happened. And ever since, I've had a normal period. Ever since. But I didn't realize it was because of my mindset. And another example is, like, I've done this a few times where I've literally like commanded my period to come the next day because I was worried about it. And I said, I need to get my period, you need to come. Or I'll just be like, okay, my period's coming tomorrow. I just say that and it literally comes the next day. Or I've done this another time because I planned to go on a swimming trip. This was like when I was in, I was in college, and I was like, no, there's no fucking way, excuse my language, but there's no fucking way I'm getting my period when I'm in college and still like not comfortable about talking about it when I'm going on a trip with all of my friends. Hell nah, because I'm gonna be out there swimming, and I'm not dealing with that. So I'll get my period the week after. And I remember saying that, and I did not get my period until the week after. Realize we literally control everything. Our subconscious mind controls everything. So when you keep saying a thought in your mind, it gets implemented into your subconscious mind, and then your reality outputs it. This shit is awesome. But it's good to be aware of, because at these moments in time, I had no idea I created that. I thought there was problems. I didn't know why my boobs were growing. I didn't know why my hair was thinning. I didn't know why why my period was like doing that thing. Since I realized, like, since I have taught myself about the law of assumption, I've been learning like how it works. Like literally our assumptions create everything. That is like the top law of the universe. My hair has been growing back thicker, and I've also been telling myself that my boobs are getting smaller and I'm getting tighter, and literally things, I'm not joking, 1 week and I feel like my body is completely different again, like back to normal. Because personally, this is just personal preference, and this is kind of girl talk, but I didn't like it. I was getting stressed out that my boobs were that big because they start hurting like around the the monthly cycle. What is going on right now? I've been talking for a while, but around like that monthly time, I've always had really bad periods and my boobs like grow an extra size and they hurt, and it was just too much those 3-4 months. I'm not joking, my boobs were definitely 2 entire sizes bigger. My boyfriend was even concerned with this. He noticed before, well, I thought they were getting bigger, and then he's like, Veda, like, are you pregnant? Because your boobs are huge. Like, I don't know why they're so big. And then they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, okay, this is weird. I'm not getting weight. My boobs are getting bigger and bigger. I don't like it. Why? Because my thoughts were creating that. And since affirming the opposite, now I feel like I'm back to normal. And literally it's been about probably, okay, a week, 2 weeks. And I feel like back to normal. I feel good now. But these were basically, this video was just supposed to be like little inspiring appearance changes here. Also, like, my lips have completely changed. Like, I remember my sister saying like, why are your lips getting so big? Why are they getting so big? Did you get lip filler? This was like when I was younger in high school. And I kept saying to myself, oh, my lips are getting bigger because I'm using a lip plumper. Like, they're just permanently gonna get bigger. And they got like a little bit bigger from me saying that. But I was a kid, so I just thought it could happen. I thought it was possible. And like, if you look back, well, if I look back at my pictures, my lips are a tiny bit bigger. Honestly, no one else would probably notice, just except my close family, because people, like the people that actually know what you look like. But my sister even a couple years ago was like, Veda, you got lip fillers. But I'm in high school, and I didn't even, like, it was kind of a joke, but she was like, why are your lips so big? What are you using? Stop using the lip plumpers. And at that point, I wasn't even using them anymore. I just like kind of used it like a placebo effect. Like, oh, this peppermint stuff permanently makes your lips bigger. Wow. And then they got a little bit bigger. And then, yeah, maybe something happened, like you realize now that, oh, when you were a kid, you were manifesting shit like crazy. Kids can manifest things so fast because they don't put limits on themselves. They believe like anything's possible. Like, they're just not thinking like, oh, that doesn't work. They're just like, yeah, I want that. Oh, that's happening. Oh, they don't think about the impossible or think about creating an impossible, like that's impossible in their mind. They don't have that. So it's super easy for kids to manifest things. Also, I just wanted to quickly touch on placebos. You guys, placebos are a great way to manifest appearance changes or whatever you want, or like health changes, because your subconscious mind, it's easier for your subconscious mind to believe that that is possible versus something happening out of thin air, or versus you affirming for something. So if you want to, maybe, I don't know, maybe you want an appearance change or something, look into the vitamins or the pills for you, and don't do research on things to debunk it. I did that with, when I was younger, I was doing like something to tighten up my skin and get rid of cellulite because I had like this mark on my stomach or whatever. And I did like the whole wrap your body in saran wrap, and that mark on my stomach went away within like a few days. Like, I don't know, it was probably 4 or 5 days. I did that when I was a teenager. I thought I had like a little bit of cellulite or whatever, and it went away. But if you look online now, people will be like, oh, that's impossible. You can't use a fat burning gel, or like cellulite gels and creams don't work. Whoa, is that your assumption? Okay, it's not going to work for you, because it worked just fine for me. And for anyone else that has said it worked, They're not lying. It worked for them because they believed it worked. That was the placebo for them. I'm sure it would work fine for me now, but I don't feel the need to do it. But before, I was using placebo effects to get rid of I had a little bit of like a cellulite mark because I had gained weight from high school. Going into college, I gained like the freshman 15. I don't know why. It wasn't like I was moving around a lot, but everyone says you're going to gain freshman 15. Interesting how when the people that are told that they're going to gain it, and the other people where their families don't say anything, they don't gain it. Why? Because it's an assumption. But back to the freaking saran wrap, belly wrap thing. At the time that was super popular, I did it. I literally lost I looked like 10 pounds, not water weight, okay? Literally, I could not grab my skin anymore. Before it was like this much skin, and then it was like barely, like I had abs after, excuse my voice. But people will make all the excuses on the internet. That's impossible. That doesn't work. You only lost water weight. The next day it'll come back. If that's your belief system, that's what you're gonna have. Was that even proper English? I don't know, I'm getting into it because now that I realize, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, that's why it worked for me, and that's why it's not working for Sally, because she never believed it. For me, it worked because I was reading everyone else's results that they lost weight from it. I lost weight from it when I was in high school. I remember doing that. Not high school, I was like first year college. I did that and I lost like 10 freaking pounds. But now, I actually recently Googled it and everyone's like debunking it. That's completely impossible, blah, 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 blah. And I haven't seen like any successful results since, but I know it worked for me. I also know other people it worked for, but then the other people it doesn't work for. Why? Some people ask, why do those pills work for me, but not for Sarah or Sandra or whatever her name is, whatever? Because she doesn't think it's gonna work. She is totally against that. She does not believe that shit's gonna work, so it's not gonna work for her. Those vitamins, those pills are expensive piss, as people will say. For the other person, it's a miracle worker. Why, you wonder? Everyone's beliefs are different. But that's just my little rant. If you don't believe it's gonna work, it's probably not gonna work. So find something to work for you. And that's why I mentioned the placebo, because placebos are easier to get your mind to believe than something else. You look into vitamins, you think something says like, less stress, feel happier, feel better. For example, I'm going to throw in another example. Since I've been doing all these things, I've been affirming that I don't need vitamins or anything. And there's like a brand of vitamins that used to work for me. They don't work for me anymore. But for my mom, they work amazing because she believes like she's missing those vitamins. But I've been affirming I don't need those anymore and I don't have an effect from them anymore. That's my belief system. Also, my belief system, this I need to work on. For painkillers, always, I have a really high metabolism. I always need to take double, triple the painkillers. I used to say that in university because I thought I was like super strong. Like, I'm that badass chick. I need to take 4 Advil because I don't feel it. Why did I make that assumption? Because it's true. It has literally been true half of my life. Doctors have had to prescribe me intensely high painkillers for migraines because of my belief system. For fuck's sakes, excuse my language, but be careful what you're affirming, okay? Because it's true. Doesn't matter if it's a joke. Doesn't matter if you're just doing it to be funny or to show off. It will be true if you keep saying that. So that's something I've been working on too, is like undoing my assumptions from the past. Like I need 4 Advil, 4 extra strength Advil to feel any relief from my migraines. You know what? I had migraines for like 8 years of my life and I was on heavy medication, I started getting stomach ulcers and all of these things. And this is actually sidetracked. But my boyfriend is a chiropractor and he is telling me, if I crack your neck and fix your adjustments or whatever, your migraines are going to go away and you're not going to need that medication. And I'm telling him, there's no fucking way that's going to work because I take high doses of painkillers to get rid of anything. This ain't just like 2 Advil and I'm done. I'm taking like 4 Advil extra strength and 4 extra strength Tylenol. Like I'm mixing those things and I'm taking them almost on a daily basis for like most of like 5 years. Okay? And now that I know about the law of assumption, I think it's because I've been saying ever since when I was in freaking university, I was trying to show off. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to take extra because I have such a crazy metabolism. Idiot. Anyways, now I actually don't need to take, like I can take a regular one. I'm actually working on that. I'm like half dose now. Like if I have a headache, I'll just take half of it. I also barely get migraines now, you guys. I used to get migraines like literally every single weekend for 3 days for like 4 or 5 years of my life since university. And I don't know how it even started, but I just kept affirming to everyone, I always get migraines every single weekend. I can't go do that. I need 4 pills of Advil. I need 4 pills of Tylenol to get me through. And that was just my assumption. I just kept telling everyone that, and it was true. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's not true anymore. And I'm thinking, how did I stop that? Well, my boyfriend kind of helped me because he told me this is where placebos come into effect. If I do adjustments on your neck, it's going to help. For me, I thought, no, it's going to make me feel worse. The first 3 times, I had extremely bad migraines after that. And then I started doing research into chiropractic work and migraines. And I just infused my mind with the belief that it could help. This was before I knew about the law of assumption. Okay? And then I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe it can help. Well, that's weird. Why am I feeling weird? It helps everyone else. And then the next few times he did it, I was like, no, it's fine. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel better. Even though I felt worse at first for like the first few sessions. And then all of a sudden, I just started getting dizzy after them. And then he asked me, how do you feel? This was like maybe the 4th session. And I'm like, dizzy. I feel a little dizzy. What the heck? Where's my migraine? I just have like a headache. If you know what a migraine feels like, headache has nothing on migraines, okay? And I just had like a bit of a headache. I'm like, okay, that's weird. What is going on here? And then I started thinking, oh my God, like maybe it actually does work for migraines. And so my last migraine was probably like 4 months ago, maybe, I think, because he's been doing it a lot. And I just put 2 and 2 together now. Like, how did I get rid of my migraines? Placebo effect. Because before I went to a chiropractor before, but my mindset was, this is not going to work. This is going to make it worse. And it made it so much worse. Seriously, it made my migraines terrible. But I just started reading about like the possibilities and like everyone else saying, oh yeah, it helped me. And then I started thinking, oh yeah, this is going to work. And even though I was having the bad experiences at first, I kept saying, well, it helps everyone else. So it's eventually going to help me, without knowing about the law of assumption. And it did. You guys, I just realized how long I've been talking, but I'm getting so excited because it's just so cool to realize that you can change anything. You can change your pain. You can manifest your pain away. If you assumed your pain to be true to begin with, you can change it and get rid of it, okay? Because I did. And if I can get rid of my migraines that I had for 5 years, every single freaking weekend, and heavily medicated, doctors giving me so much medication all the time, and me just being so stubborn, thinking there's nothing anyone can do because I'm that person with the migraines. And now, like, yeah, I get headaches sometimes, and sometimes I feel off, but nothing, not even like quarter of what I felt before for like 5 years of my life. It happened through a placebo. So this is why I truly believe in placebos, because number one, it is scientifically supported. If you're not into the manifesting thing, even though you should be, because it's a universal law, it has to happen. So you can use a placebo, or you can just affirm, make it a placebo, or make it your manifestation. Make it an assumption that it's going to work. And don't look into other people saying that it doesn't work. Ignore that shit. If you're trying to use something as a placebo, only look at people saying that it works, and don't look at like if it's not going to work. And just keep saying, yeah, this is going to work. It worked for them. It's going to work for me. Ignore the rest and it will work. Anyways, that is all I wanted to talk about. This video is getting way too long. But yeah, those are my little physical things. I have so many more, you know, success stories with money, relationship, literally changing people's personalities by changing my belief system about that person, manifesting things out of thin air. Those are all super cool things, but I don't have time in this video to talk about it. So, and I also like to research other people's experience with these things and maybe put it all together in one video, so it's not just about me, because it's good to have experiences from everyone to hear about, because then when you think it just from one person, oh, maybe it just works for her. No, this works for everyone, and it doesn't just work. It's a law. It's a universal law. When you believe something to be true, it is true. Okay, and we're gonna get you to that point where you're a freaking master manifester, you're a master of your reality, and then you're gonna be preaching, y'all, you can change that like I am to you. But anyways, let me know if you've used placebos before, like not on purpose, like me. You just started affirming something and it happened. Did you realize it happened? What was it? And if you've used placebos, if I can talk, I need to take a break from talking. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys and was insightful or inspiring at the very least. Give it a like if it was, and let me know in the comments below what you have been using a placebo for and your results. Because it's not just me inspiring people and other YouTubers, it's you guys in the comments talking about your experiences too, because people come to the video and they read through the comments. It's not just the person talking, it's the comment section. I do that. I go to other people's videos and I always read the comments to see what other people talk about. So it's nice just to leave some encouraging stuff for other people and talk about your own experience as well, so we can inspire everyone and help everyone realize the potential that we actually have as human beings, because we are not born with this knowledge and we are not taught this knowledge, because it is very, very, very special knowledge. It's an amazing realization to realize that we are the creators of our reality. We create with our assumptions. If we all knew that, we would all be a little too damn powerful for this world. Anyways, enough said. I hope you got something from this video, and until next time, peace and love and happy manifesting. And remember, start using placebos. Start manifesting for things you want, because you are so fucking worthy. Excuse my language. Okay, peace and love. Until next time.